SK hynix and TSMC set to overtake Intel in revenue in Q3. The slow performance of the data center and II drags Intel down. Once the leader in the semiconductor world in terms of technology and revenue, Intel expects its third quarter revenue to be between $12.5 million and $13.5 million, primarily due to the low performance of each data center and AI TCAI unit. This will be the earnings of the TSMC and NVIDIA, the earnings of the memory maker Samsung and SK hynix, as noticed by the Joseon Daily. So the NVIDIA project its sales in the third quarter of fiscal 2025, August to October 2024, to be around $32.5 billion plus minus 2%. So it will likely be the leader of the semiconductor industry in terms of sales. So technically, the company's earnings in calendar Q3 2024 could be slightly lower, but not significantly. TSMC expects its Q3 2025 revenue to be between $12.4 billion and $23.2 billion. Samsung and SK hynix typically do not provide a revenue guidance for upcoming quarters, so the Joseon Daily cited Omdia's expectation for their earnings. Analysts believe that the Samsung semiconductor sales in Q3 will archive around $21.712 billion, whereas SK hynix's revenue is projected to total $12.834 billion. The NVIDIA and TSMC report revenue as they capitalize on the ongoing AI fringe. Samsung is taking the advantage of its foundry business, which produces chips for each smartphone and consumer electronics division. It is enjoying the high memory price and sales of the premium HBM3 and HBM3E memory, so it is also ahead of Intel. The Q3 2024 guidance Omnia projection. NVIDIA is $32.5 billion plus minus 2%. TSMC $22.4 to $23.3 billion. Samsung $21.712 billion. Broadcom $14 billion, including VMware. Intel $12.5 to $30.5 billion, and SK hynix $12.834 billion. Qualcomm $9.5 to $10.3 billion. The AMD $6.7 billion plus minus $300 million. So the SK hynix also enjoy the rising memory prices and skyrocketing demand for premium HBM3 and HBM3E memory devices used by AI GPUs. Still for SK hynix, which only makes memory and CMOS, being in the line or even ahead of the Intel in revenue, is certainly not typical for this company. So as for the Intel's historical arc rival AMD, the company forecast its revenue for the third quarter of the 2023 to be around $6.7 billion plus minus $300 million. So it is still the tangible behind Intel and other companies from the semiconductor sector. Given AMD's dynamic in the data center, the company's business may outshine the Intel good in Q3 and third quarter. And the second quarter, the company's data center revenue totaled $3.834 billion, while the Intel's data center earnings dropped to $3.0 billion. Qualcomm, a leading supplier of smartphone application processors, expected its fourth quarter financial year 2024, which is roughly calendar Q3 2024. Revenue to be between the $9.5 billion and $10.3 billion. This is ahead of AMD but still below Intel's guidance. So another semiconductor company that will be ahead of Intel in terms of revenue in its Q4 financial year 2024, October 2024 is Broadcom, which expects its sales to reach $14 billion, up 51% year-over-year. Broadcom has massive networking, storage, optical, and contract edge chip design business. And also, Broadcom is taking advantage of AI boom as artificial intelligence servers use loads of the Broadcom hardware. However, the company is set to leave the Intel behind the earnings because it now owns VMware, which has a gigantic infrastructure and software business that earns billions of every quarter. So while we can call Broadcom a semiconductor company, substantial share of its revenue comes from each VMware unit. Okay, today I read this article. Samsung, SK hynix, and TSMC set to overtake Intel in revenue in third quarter. Thank you for your time and see you next time.